I'm Renee Noor, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. And welcome to Global Women Wealth Warriors GW3 Club. Today is Monday. That's right, it's Monday. And it's not only a great day to get started, it's a great way that we're going to rock and roll today. I'm Renee Noor. I'm the founder of the Global Women Wealth Warriors, and I'm so proud to be here this afternoon. We're in the clubhouse as well as we're on YouTube. We're currently right now and on Facebook, and eventually, guys, we may go ahead on and do our little Instagram as well. Today is about how we're moving mountains with our mindset for our Mondays. But in addition to that, we're going to talk about also the importance of starting with the right playbook, guys. That's right. When you think about leadership always, it matters how you get started. And leadership helps you to move mountains. Now, I would like for us to have some interaction as well as some engagement today. So whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're right there on the clubhouse, I want you to go ahead on and put some pink hearts in the chat. We are celebrating 31 days wearing pink for our breast cancer survivor thrivers. And it's important for us to keep honoring not only these individuals, but it's important for us to keep bringing about awareness. So that's why we're wearing 31 days wearing pink. And we are just finished wrapping up our Atlanta location. We did the Atlanta destination with our amazing chairwomen. They came from New York City. They've traveled all around the world, and we're going to be headed to Chicago. So if you're in Chicago for this week on Saturday, we will be there supporting the amazing chairwomen. We have Ms. Yolanda Christensen that's going to be joining us from the DMV area alongside with Jackie Underwood, as well as Dr. Tangi. We also have Lolita Anderson. We're going to have a house full that's going to be closing out the ceremony in Chicago. So you truly don't want to miss that. If you're going to be in Chicago, please get in contact with us, DM us, or feel free to call our 1-800 number, the 1-888-800-0299. So let's get right into today's topic. Today's topic is how Monday starts with the playbook. The playbook that leaderships use every day. This is not something that's temporarily. No, it's not. And I want you to ask yourself, how do I start my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the way back to Sunday? What are some of my patterns? What are some of the things that I do that I know are just truly a non-negotiable? One of the things we do as leaders, we write our script down. We don't just get started and just start throwing things on the wall to see if it works. No, absolutely not. So the first step I want you to understand the importance of writing down your plan. The importance of writing down that plan of action, because one of the greatest things we can always do, we can if we mind, our mindset is important, truly is our mindset, but if we don't write things down, it don't really give us something to hold ourselves accountable to. All right, so let's make sure we're writing everything down. It's the script to success, your journey. How many of you guys realize when you write down your script, it not only gives you the ability to hold yourself accountable, but you know what? I like to use it as also a way to track my results. That's right, track the results. So please put some hearts in the chat if I'm resonating with you this afternoon. Not only we're going to focus on some of the steps that you could be doing, some things that you're going to have to shift and move out of the way, but most importantly, we're going to show you how to win with the right vibration, the frequency, and most importantly, with the right community. With the right community, because that's really important. Again, where we are right now, we know the year is almost ending. And when I say it that way, meaning we're going to be going right into 2023. So how are you preparing yourself just to end off this year? We were having a great conversations right there in the clubhouse. Some of the ladies were sharing some of the things that they're so excited about. You know, whether you're preparing to revamp yourself, you want to reinvent yourself before the year is over, or you want to do something more spectacular by creating a website, having your very own blog, whatever it may be. I want you to understand this is the time for you to write it down. This is a part of your dream board. Yes, that's right. I said dream board. The Global Warriors, we like to say dream boards. We can visualize, and we had those vision boards, but it's time for us to start dreaming bigger. Dreaming bigger. You know, we talked about fear and how fear sometimes get in our way just because of the uncertainties. But one of the greatest things we want to understand, we know we're bigger than that fear. And even though fear comes in so many different variations, we won't allow that fear to stop us from reaching our goals. We're going to make sure this year, someone put this as number 2, you have the right accountability partners. The right accountability partners. Because if you have an accountability partner that like to sleep on their goals, that's not going to be the right one for you with where we're going. You want to have accountability partner that want to push you. That's right. That's going to push you through those goals, because we already know distractions are going to come. If you could think about some of the distractions that have hurted you from reaching your goals before, write those down as well. Think about it. Whether we have the naysayers saying what we can't do, or whether we have our procrastination within us. Sometimes we're dependent on an approval from someone else. How many of you guys have been stuck in a rut because you're waiting for somebody to give you the green light, and the green light was right within you? So we're going to push some of those distractions to the side, because it's important. It is important for you to reach your goals. It's not important whether you have likes on your pages. It's not important whether you have someone feeding you information that's negative. You want to reach your goals, and because you want to reach your goals, let's make sure you have the right accountability partners. That's number 2. Number 3. Are you setting your goals so big that they're unattainable? Or are you setting goals that you know you're willing to move mountains in order for you to reach them? How are you setting your goals? And then when you're setting your goals, are you giving yourself at least 6 items to complete every day? 6 items to complete every day. Why do I say 6? That's halfway of us always doing our 12xing everything that we do. You know, you gotta give yourself at least being able to have some milestones along the way. That's going to help you to drive to the winning spot. And I always say this, and you'll hear me say it as well as you hear some of my other mentors say it. Focus on what it is that you want to accomplish. And I like to definitely do this. I work with the end result in mind. I visualize seeing myself already accomplishing my goals. I visualize myself already holding up what it is that I need to accomplish. Are you visualizing yourself? Are you able to see yourself through those dark clouds? Or do you get stuck again? Well, right now, I want us to start practicing something that most people don't realize the importance of doing this, and that's repetition. Repetition. And I want you to write down repetition 20 times. Repetition, 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 and keep saying it over and over and over again. You got to repeat the steps that you're doing on an ongoing, it's like automatically. You got to repeat it at least 20 times until you even get the rhythm of what you're doing. It doesn't happen one time. It does not. Successful people have never made it successful just by doing something for the very first time. Absolutely not. You'd be surprised of how much blood they have on their knees, how much their elbows got all skinned up, okay? How many times they had to go through the storm in order for them to be where they are today. They had to lose hair. Think about Jeff Bezos. He had to lose some hair to get to where he is today. Steve Harvey, living in his car for 3 years, 3 years, still showing up, making sure he's on point, being consistent. So it's not what you do temporarily. Make sure you understand the marathon. How many of you guys know how long a marathon is? A marathon is about what, 26 miles? 26 miles. That's right. Now, you may have some people that want to do that sprint run, but really, for the success that we're going for, that long-term goal, that's where it really is going to benefit you and your legacy. Okay, you and your legacy. So I want you to write this down. Be committed to at least 18 months. Because during that 18 months, that's when you're going to get a true transformation of who you are. During that 18 months, you're going to truly become a different person. Right now, we're preparing for our next challenge. You know, we started off 2022 with challenge. That's right. We did our 90-day challenge. And my goodness, within the 90-day challenge, we also did our 75 hard. It was phenomenal to see how everybody was showing up and how they were really reaching their peaks, their peak performances. And then after that, we did a 14-day challenge. That 14-day challenge was a lot of fun. Yes, it was. And then we did another challenge, which was a 21-day challenge. Guys, every time you do a challenge, you keep finding something more about yourself. You keep finding more greater things about yourself. And also, as I always say, you find out what you truly are built for. You find out what you truly are built for. Right now, as we're preparing for our 75 hard challenge, which is within 90 days again. As of January the 14th, we'll be completed. And what I'm looking forward to seeing, who's going to be walking through those doors when we hit Las Vegas? Who will walk through the doors with their backs, their shoulders back and their heads up? Who's going to be walking through those doors, my goodness, as new changed persons? That's right. Whether they're men or women, even some of our young millennials. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm looking forward to being able to help them along the way. You see, within the Global Women Wealth Wars and the GW3 organization, as well as the society, we understand the importance of showing up for each other. Showing up for each other. You know, every morning, thanks to Yolanda, alongside with some of the other prayer warriors, we show up every morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And sometimes those days just get so juicy and so good until it helps them to continue on with other times throughout the day. I'll say this though, everyone come and get fed. And then they pour right back into the room. So therefore, we're constantly doing what? Adding value. Adding more value and more purpose to each other's core. And that's really important. And then right now we do our lunch and learns. During our lunch and learns, it give us the opportunity to do what? Learn. Personal development. Finding ways of really maximizing our true intentions, as well as also holding ourselves accountable for action steps. After we finish our room with the, right there in the clubhouse, we take action. We take action, because that's one of the things that's really important. We can't just keep dreaming without implementing it and putting it into work. And that's on our Mondays through Fridays. And then on Tuesdays, oh my goodness, we're so excited because we have some of the other rooms that we added, which is aging gracefully. Miss Jackie Underwood does an incredible job of not only showing you how to age gracefully, but how to do it with class and sophistication. Guys, we are a part of not only of a movement, but it's important for us to keep doing what? Improving ourselves, living in excellence. And that's one of the greatest things that we love doing. Also on our Tuesdays, we have Speak Easy Lounge. That's right. Miss Thais Mill, she does the Speak Easy Lounge. That helps us to stay connected with music, arts, entertainment, so we can be with variety of different components to what we do. But one of the greatest things about all of our chairwomen, as well as our ambassadors, they love their life. That was our theme song that came on this morning. I love my life. Then on Fridays, we have our men, thanks to Pastor Jeff. He comes in where it comes down to our Tom Ford Fridays. And we come in from a male perspective, point of view, where the ladies are able to learn and listen and learn, and just truly take notes. So we know when it's time to what? When it's time to listen and when it's time to speak. And that's not saying anything disrespectful, but that's just how we like to have better communication lines. And let's talk about those Family Talk Fridays. My goodness, Janet Alvarado, they have their program now on Roku as well. And they talk such great content for families. So that's something else that's really important. They do that at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also on the weekends, we have our fashion alongside with beauty, some of our wellness rooms. And then I love to hear from Dr. Sheila as well as their team. They focus on how to strengthen the relationships with mother and sons. Vilma, alongside with her team, they focus on ways to keep yourself sassy for, trends, as well as just being confident. And all of that, I say this, guys, we have the best playbook. Because why? Because we keep showing up for each other. Going into November, we're going to be starting even more ways of bringing more intentional, purposeful rooms. So therefore, you can truly gain even more value about what we're doing. But today, let's talk about a couple more steps. Because as you utilize the playbook to success, we want to make sure that you are reaching those growth goals. You are reaching those goals that you're going to push you out your comfort zone. You're reaching those opportunities that's been holding you back, probably, that you never thought that you can do. But you know what? Now that your mindset is right, that's right, your mindset. And we're readers. Oh my goodness. This club here, this is just a little bit of a few books that we've been able to read within the club. But one of the greatest things we are doing right now, we are expanding our territory. We are enlarging our vision. We are elevating ourselves so therefore we can become unstoppable as well as unforgettable. That's right, unstoppable and unforgettable. We are stacking ourselves with so much knowledge, with so many more new skills. In the space that we're in right now, I want you to write this down. How can I be a better me? How can I be a better me? And underneath that, I want you to list at least 6 new skill sets that you don't have currently that you've been longing to have. How can I be a better me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new skill sets. You see, I'm looking forward to getting more engulfed into real estate. I've wanted to do it for a very long time, but I just didn't have the right avenue or the right resources to be able to enlarge my vision in that space. So I'm looking forward to getting more engulfed in that space. Also, NFTs. I'm letting you guys know right now. Absolutely. NFTs, there's so many people that have NFTs right now. And I know we've been flirting with it, but it's time for us to excel in that area also. One of the other things I'm going to challenge myself. Okay, guys, hold on to your seats. All right, you ready? I'm looking forward to getting back healthier. That's right, healthier and in a tighter condition than what I am right now. I'm grateful for Dr. Jackie alongside with Dr. Tangi with our last 21 challenge, because I've seen like a lot of difference within itself, but I'm looking forward to even going pushing myself even harder. So for the 75 hard, all I could just say is watch out, because Renee's going all in. And I want to know, are you going to be going all in with me? Put some pink hearts in the chat if you're ready to challenge yourself. If you're ready to enlarge your vision so therefore you can be ready for 2023. You know, this year we challenged ourselves to 22 different destinations. We have been a traveling organization. We kicked off the year right there in Dubai, and then we went over to Africa, and then from Africa back over to Dubai. From there, we traveled to Amsterdam alongside with Italy, as well as several other parts of the world, from Miami, New York City, as well as New Orleans, North Carolina, I mean, Chicago. Oh my goodness, it's just so many different destinations. And the greatest part about it, those were all intentional. You see, we already stated what we were going to do. And as we continue on for this entire 22 city tour, we're going to wrap up for 2022 just the way we started the year off, and staying what we're going to do. You know, we'll be headed to Chicago this weekend, and then from Chicago, we'll be headed to Houston, Texas. One of the greatest things that we have is the lane to be able to be creative. And if you're not creating the space that you want to, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from creating exactly what you want? I said it just like that. What's holding you back? Well, I want to do this now because we have some of our viewers right there in the clubhouse. I want to say hello to them. We have our viewers right there on YouTube, as well as we have our viewers right there on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go into the clubhouse. I want to open up the mics and find out what are some of their goals that they're going to be doing for 2023. It's so important for you to set those goals, but also to speak about those goals with the right people that want to see you win. So let's flash your mics, okay? Let's flash your mics. I see Malika Starr. Now, Malika Starr is one of our publishing firms with the Global Women Wealth Warriors. She's a chairwoman. And my goodness, just to see how she's taken on new opportunities as well as new skill sets, she has truly been a proven, successful woman that also has beautiful daughters as well as her beautiful family. I would love to hear from Malika Starr, and then we'll go right on over to Yolanda. Malika Starr, please pour into the conversation. What are some of your goals that you're going to be doing for 2022 going into 23? Take it away.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Renee, for hosting this room and for having this space for us to shine. We are nothing without a good leader, and we thank you for just being an amazing leader, gracious host, one who leads by example, and one who is not afraid to stretch you beyond your imagination. I remember our drive home from our event one Saturday, and I was driving through the shops of Buckhead and just was like, oh, this is great. I'm making more money than I've ever made before in my life, and I can afford to actually go walk into one of these shops right now. And she said, girl, she said, you ain't seen nothing. I've seen people who making $1 million a month, $2, $3, $4 million a month. And it just stretch your imagination. While it's not all about chasing the money, it's about the freedom. And so actually coming into 2023, I'll be releasing my new book. And I won't give out the title yet, but it's going to be strategies to taking yourself from having very little to becoming wealthy and changing your mindset that you can have whatever you say you have. Why? Because the creator of the universe, which is our God, and as for me and my house, we serve the Lord Christ Jesus. That Holy Bible tells me that if I trust in the Lord with all my heart and lean not towards my own understanding, he'll give me the desires of my heart. And that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and being connected to that stream of income where there's infinity and unbelief, I know that there's more than enough to go around and how to get off that scarcity mentality. But going into 23, to answer your question, I am also going to be launching the Know Better Institute. Yes, I've been working on this institute behind the scenes for the last year and a half, and I'll be so happy to launch it. There, I will be teaching you how to take your story, how to take the words that are in your head, your experiences, your trials, your tribulations, and turn them into testimonies where they can be written and turned into something that someone else can read and benefit from. Yes, books are everything. And guess what? They're not going anywhere. Why? Because people are still learning and growing. If I can't get to your seminar, but I can read your book, I may not know Grant Cardone personally, but I've read his book 10x. And so I get the benefit from his skills and his knowledge by investing $20 in a book or $25 and how much ever it was. But reading is growing and learning and creating the imagination, which gives you the power to grow. So I'm never going to stop writing books, and I'm going to let people know that they can take their experiences and put them in a book or ebook and go out here and change the world one person at a time. And just think, one person, if that one person goes out and they change the life of one person, that means that's how communities grow. We change our families go out, they change the community. Once the community is changed, it changed the world. Thank you so much, Renee Noor, for allowing me to share and be a part of this Global Women Wealth Warrior movement. I am Malika Starr, and I yield the mic.
Absolutely. Everybody, please, let's show Malika Starr some love, put some hearts in the chat, as well as let's raise up the vibration in the room, because what Malika Starr just poured into us, it's about legacy. It's about legacy. She's not only sharing her story, but she's helping others to also share their stories as well. Guys, where we are right now, we have to realize if we don't put forth the actions as well as the activities to make sure our stories are held and heard, guess what? We'll be left behind. We'll be not even thought about. Because one of the greatest opportunities that we have is to leave your mark. And as Malika Starr is leaving her mark, I am so looking forward to seeing how you're going to also help others to leave their mark as well as being a storyteller. Thank you, Malika Starr. We appreciate everything that you do. Yolanda, are you there, my friend?
I'm here, but I was on the phone, so I'm not sure what the discussion is about, but I can try if you tell me what it's about.
Well, as it stands right now, we are live. And while we're live right now, we're asking each person what are their goals, what they're going to be achieving for 2022, preparing for their 2023. We are live on Clubhouse, as well as we're live on Facebook. Also, we're right there live on the YouTube. And we just want to let the viewers know how important it is for them not to only to leave their marks, but also to share their vision as we're preparing for our dream boards that's going to be taking place for 2022 for November 11th. So share, Yolanda, what are some of the things that you have, at least maybe one or two of items that you have on your dream board that you're going to make sure that you're going to get accomplished? Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Renee. For one, is to complete my website. And moving into 2023, I actually just got off of the phone because I am envisioning a art retreat for caregivers for 2023. So it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I am ready, and that is what I am gearing towards.
Absolutely love that, guys. Put some hearts in the chat as well for Yolanda. While you're enlarging your vision, seeing how you're impacting others, you hear the consistency. Not only they're focusing on their personal development, but they're also focusing on how they're going to be impacting humanity. I think we have time for one more. Please flash your mic if you want to pour into the conversation. I see Jackie Underwood is in the house. Woo! Yes, Jackie.
Oh my God, I'm like a celebrity.
You are a celebrity.
Thank you, amazing ladies and visiting gents in the house. Thank you to our Queen Renee Noor. You are so awesome and amazing.
You're so consistent. I love that about you. You know, and I just want to say thank you for all that you've done and how you've impacted and changed my life forever. You know, but let me just go ahead and talk about my goals by the end of this year. I got some big audacious goals. I know I do. But, you know, by the end of this year, one of the main things I wanted to do, since I just walked off of my job as a director of nursing, making 6 figures, I plan to hit that income and pass that by the end of this year. So this is almost November already. I plan to hit that and pass that by the end of this year, not working the job. So right. I am so excited that my income will increase. And then some of the other things that I plan to do this year is to definitely have, and I have several streams of income now, but my goal is to have at least 7 by the end of December. Have at least 7 streams, different streams of income by the end of this year. I got some super big financial goals ahead of me, and I am going to do everything I can to work toward that. Now, I know, you know, as you guys know me, I'm a very spiritual person, and I truly believe that it's God's will for me to prosper and be in good health, even as my soul prospers. So that's just a couple of things I plan to do, Queen Renee.
I love it. Let's give it up for Miss Jackie. Come on, guys. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my goodness, Miss Jackie, you just inspired me. You truly inspired me. If you felt that inspiration from Miss Jackie, from Yolanda, alongside Malika, go ahead on. Let's blow up the chat, guys, because that's what it's about. We got to celebrate each other first and foremost, and then we are now their accountability partners because we're going to help them to get through on the other side of their greatness. And that's why we show up every day. Miss Jackie, you don't know how much you have inspired me. And I'll say this to each and every last one of our global warriors, especially our chairwomen, because you guys go above and beyond, because you put yourself in position to help others. We see you and we truly appreciate everything that you do. But also for our ambassadors, we appreciate you as well, just for saying yes. The biggest thing that most people can do is just make a decision. Make a decision. And when you make that decision, don't backstep. Don't do the Michael Jackson. The only time you can do the Michael Jackson is when you're dancing. Do not sleep on your dreams. Do not get lazy on yourself. Miss Jackie is not only our amazing, aging gracefully superstar. Yes, she is a celebrity walking around with that waistline of 24 inches, but she gives life to us. She gives life to us. She got my abs so tight right now. Oh my goodness. And every time I just hear her voice, she doesn't know what she does for me. Okay. I love you, Miss Jackie. I love you, Malika Starr. I love you, Miss Yolanda. I love you, Dr. Jeannie. I love my Brad, and Brad is in the room as well. Brad, I would love to hear from you. What are your goals for 2022 going into 2023? Please, Brad, pour into the conversation.
God, I love being in the space with these ladies. This is my happy land. I do it a little bit differently. I set goals for every 90 days. So I do a plan for 3 months, and at the end of those 90 days, I will accomplish my big, hairy, audacious goal. And then I'll set another plan, and set another plan, and then another plan. Because I know that it will take me that time for me to be able to achieve it, or if it's going to become a habit. But I also don't like to focus on one big thing that's going to take a whole year, because I can answer. I need to achieve. I need to get going. So a 90-day plan, and therefore I have obviously 4 goals that I set for myself, and they are all big, hairy, audacious goals. Thank you.
Oh, I love it, guys. Let's definitely blow up the chat for our very own Brad. Truly love you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you November 1st. I'm already getting ready to book my flight to see you right there in Houston, Texas. And we're going to make life happen for us going into 2023 with some other audacious goals, if that's okay with you, Brad. That's what it's about, guys. Yes. How do you see yourself? How are you showing up? You know, don't think that it's okay for you to sleep on yourself one day. Not at all. Now, don't get me wrong, because we know sometimes in life it throws these different curveballs to us, right? But as you're writing down your plan of action, make sure you list out the curveballs. Make sure you list out what could be some of those distractions. I could be honest with you and tell you, I don't even know the last time I turned on the news to watch it. That could be one of the biggest curveballs for some people, right? Every time you watch the news, sometimes you get disappointed. You get sad. You don't get no type of good energy from watching the news. So if you find things that's zapping your energy, if you find things that's pulling you away from staying focused, eliminate them. Eliminate them immediately, okay? Because where we need you to be, we need you to be your mind, body, soul, and everything else. So therefore you could be prepared, totally prepared for where we're going. Miss Jackie, I'm ready to ride with you all the way, darling. Let's help each person to reach their goals. So in your community, which we have a community, but in your community, if you don't have someone that's pushing you to reach your goal, if someone is just always about themselves, come on over here. Come on over to the GW3 Global Club. We want to see you win, and we're going to win together. That's what's really important. Guys, it's been an honor to be here on this live segment. It is right 1:26, and I'm going to be closing out the live segment because what I want to do, we're going to go into a deeper dive right there in the clubhouse. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to take from the clubhouse and bring it right into your homes, whether you're on YouTube, whether you are right there on our Facebook channel. We would love for you to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, our goal is to get to 1,000 viewers. That's right, 1,000 subscribers watching us. So if you can please start sharing out the link. We have been showing up every day since January just to keep pouring right back into you. So can you pour back into us? This is something that costs you absolutely nothing. Let's get our subscriptions up. We'd like to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2022 before we go into 2023. And we can do that with your help. My name's Renee Noor. I'm the founder of the Global Women Wealth Wars as well as the GW3 Club. And I'm so grateful to be here today to pour into you. I want you to come back into the clubhouse. That's where we will be. Join us in the clubhouse as we continue on this conversation. We want to know, what are your goals for 2022? We want to know, who are your accountability partners? And we want to know, who will you be impacting as you're building out your legacy, sharing your story. It's been an honor having you here today with us, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're so grateful for that gratitude room for our lunch and learn. So we look forward to interviewing one of our nonprofit organizations, because we're still, for 31 days, we're wearing pink for breast cancer. I'd like to say thank you guys, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Bye.